Hello everyone and welcome to another unit review, and it's a unit review I am really excited about because I have put a lot of work over the last few days basically trying to get this girl to being the best I could show you, and I feel I have done it. Not the best she can be, but pretty damn the best. Anyway, we'll get right into it. So this is Freya from Valkyrie Profile. She is the second step-up banner out of the three, with about 24 hours to go until we finally get the Arngrim step-up banner. But this is the unit that I have been just the most interested in. Looking at her kit, she looked incredibly powerful, and as it turns out, she really is. But in general, I gotta say, I love her sprite, her attack animations. She is just gorgeous. She is absolutely beautiful, and I am very happy, and she probably will end up being just my main mage from now on. Yes, I've gone in a few months from 7-star Renoa to 7-star CG Sakura, and now 7-star Freya. And let's just get that. Whoops, clicked right by it. That victory pose. She's got confidence, she's got style. I love the green and yellow palette that she has too. So as you can see, I've put some work into my CG Sakura. So Freya, oh my god. Still thinking of CG Sakura, who has been temporarily benched for now. I've maxed out her for HP, MP, defense, and magic, which was one heck of a grind, but I feel it is absolutely worth it. Now, what that means is that we have basically an 1800 magic stat, and isn't that just gorgeous? That is really strong. Also, 375 defense and 456 for spirit is not bad either. So how did we achieve this? Well, we haven't even technically filled the materia slots. As a matter of fact, this isn't boosting stats at all. It's just Human Killer, or Man-Eater Kai. But by getting the Equip Rod materia from the Fat Chocobo, as well as Medina's TMR, we can really easily hit the 300% cap with her. And then we can just equip two very, very powerful rods. Yes, thank you, game. The crown from the trial, Victoria's TMR, which could be improved if we ever get a 4th CG Sakura, Rems, which really is just for the 40 buff to magic, but honestly, our TMR, I would like a second one, and I probably will be able to get enough Moogles that I can get the second one pretty easily. So that should boost her magic stat by another 15. Hey, I won't complain. But now we have to talk about her kit. Now, honestly, the thing that we really need to remember here, and well, okay. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I'm pretty excited about this girl. Let's talk about her TMR first. So it is a 55 magic accessory, which is just one of the best magic stats you can get on an accessory. Minusing Rem Super TMR, but, you know, whale stuff. It also has an extra 20% though to MP, which is great for mages, as it turns out. Now, her Super TMR, on the other hand, I'm kind of split on it. First of all, 40 defense is really nice considering it has 50 spirit and 50 magic, and it also protects against silence and petrify and gives 30% to HP. She doesn't need her Super TMR, it's just something nice. Honestly, if I did get her Super TMR, I'd put it on CG Citra, because the balance between magic and spirit is just so much better for her. Okay, so before we go back and talk about the big grand pièce de résistance, let's talk about her kit. Well, first of all, Besides the weakness in her equipment, her kit totally makes up for it, because the problem with not being able to equip a weapon is easily remedied with the equipped materia and a dual wield, which still gives you plenty of room for 2 additional materia slots, because this girl has a ton of magic boosting in her own kit. She has 20%. She has a 20% magic, then a 30% magic, then a 40% magic. Whew. Then another 30% magic, and she gives herself 100% magic after her HP drops below 80%, which is really easy and still fairly safe for a mage, especially because ours has about 7,000 HP. But from equipping her TMR, she gets another 50%, and then she gets another 10% magic, and then she gets another 30% magic. She has so much magic boosting in her kit already that it is insane. Just insane. And it's totally worth wasting the 1 slot on an equip rod materia. Easiest purchase of my life. But what can she do for attacks? Well, like all of the Valkyrie Chronicle. That was bad of me. Of all the Valkyrie profile characters, like all of them, she has in her kit a triple wield, basically a combo ability. She can't use any of her abilities more than once, but it does make for some interesting self-chaining and self-combos. Oh yes, so let's talk about it. One of her... Now, she does have a few things, and more importantly, naturally in her kit, she does have a 5% MP regeneration, which is good because you'll be using MP a lot. Well, actually not too bad, but we'll get there. There it is. Now, her MP ability, or her attack abilities are all magic based, which is good. That's what we want. She has a 200% AoE 9-hit magic attack for 24 MP, 160% 3-hit magical attack. That debuffs Spirit for a certain number of turns, and I'm not sure how many because Reddit has it listed as 0, and I'm pretty sure that's a typo. She also has a 400% single target 5-hit magic attack at 15 frames, which for 36 MP is pretty decent. And she gets an interesting array of elemental attacks. 360% 5-hit thunder magic attack with an AoE 1 turn minus 50% thunder resistance. That's pretty nice. And a 35 MP 360% AoE 5-hit fire attack with, well, basically the fire resistance for 1 turn down. It's okay, if you have Ignis, you can do better for element debuffing, but it's still nice she has it, because you can just keep chaining it. And for 45 MP, she has a 525% single target 3-hit ice magic attack. Doesn't debuff, but is considerably stronger. Then when you get into her 7-star, this is when things get even better. Now, CG Hayu came along with the different type of hits attacks, and Freya comes in right after with some other ones. A 200% single target 6-hit magic attack, and a 400% single target 1-hit magic attack. So, what an interesting ability, first of all. The 6-hit at 200% is nice. The 400% hit at the end is super nice. And her cooldown ability for 92 MP, which can be used in the combo on a 4-turn cooldown, or on a 3-turn cooldown, available on turn 4, is a 1200% single target 14-hit magic attack. Now, while it is 7 frames, as it turns out, it's not Divine Ruination or CG Citra frames. I will even show you, possibly. But sadly, she kind of only chains with herself, but her magic stat kind of makes up for it. Speaking of magic stat, what good is a magic stat? Because I've been ignoring, just why not save the best thing for last? And the best thing is very, very simple. It's her limit burst. And her limit burst at a max 7-star is a 3000% single target, one-hit magic attack. Now, Cloud's, for instance, just for comparing, because we want to compare, is a physical attack where he basically does 1250% and then takes another ignores 50% of defense. Pretty good. Makes his attack much stronger. But while Cloud got a good limit boost, Freya gets an amazing one. For getting up to level 120, not only does she get an increased counter 1.5 times, she also gets a limit burst damage increase of 1.5 times and increases a couple of her other attacks, just their strength. And let's be honest, that's really, really good, because she was already pretty strong, but increasing her limit burst damage by 1.5 times means that she is running a 4500% single target, one-hit magic attack, which is a really strong limit burst on its own. It doesn't have Squall's super TMR. It doesn't have anything extra really powering it. And the fact is that, well, the proof is right here. She can hit incredibly high magic stat. The highest magic stat I've heard of is one person who had a 2003 magic stat. Now, of course, that's with a lot of super TMRs, but it goes to show that this girl has a ton of potential. And so let's show her off. Now, first we're just going to show her off by herself, because that's pretty cool. And then we'll work on showing off other things. But just like Lenneth or Arngrim, she has a 3-hit combo where you can choose what abilities you want to use. So for instance, let's show off these 3. Pretty damn good. Without being chained, and I will admit that is something that unfortunately we can't really show. Because of the chain damage error, I can't really show off Freya's amazing potential, which is just, well, it does make me quite sad, because it's really, really cool. But we will just have to do an updated video later, I think. But she only gets better basically by just boosting her, and she does a lot of damage on her own, unchained. I mean, it would be really, really cool if I could show off just how much stronger she is, so guess we'll just do this for now. Sadly, that chain damage thing is just the killer. But now our cooldown ability is available. So let's take a look at that, because this is very, very strong. Now, of course, a really big problem with her is that she could potentially run out of MP. So make sure you just bring along someone who can buff MP. and you'll be fine. Long story short, Freya is pretty damn incredible. And we are just scratching the surface on what she can do. If they ever fix chaining, oh, we're just shy of the limit burst. Isn't that sad? Yeah, it's okay. We'll drop out and come back in. I just have to quickly switch over to... This is mostly okay, but we need to make just a couple of changes really fast. We got to put CG Freya in... CG Freya? Who the hell is CG Freya? And we're going to put on Diablos, because we are going to get the extra benefit of the human killer that Diablos has in his kit. So we want you. Now I'm basically designing this party to be all about charging her limit burst, which feels good. And now we will get our two lovely Runeras. To build us some limit burst. I was hoping for more than that. But Lenneth's big problem for me was always that she just didn't have any MP regeneration, which really kind of hurts her. In a lot of ways. So having the ability that Freya has kind of puts her in an advantage over a couple of the other characters. Alright, so now we can fully boost our girl. And the thing is that I still have a spot open for something else. Like, I could literally put any materia I want on Freya. Alright, so now we will get to see her limit burst in action with extra killers. Now, it should be noted that her magic stack does drop about, I think it's about 18 to 20 points from switching from Tetraselfie to... But really, it's kind of minor. And we Spirit Bomb our problem away for about 43 million damage. Pretty decent. Pretty damn decent for just her being by herself. Now, we have to switch one more time. We're going to change things around, and we are going to take... Wait for it. Wait for it. Goodbye, CG Fina. You were very helpful. We're going to take CG Citra, because CG Citra is the one that... Well, I thought when I saw it, I thought, oh, well, they'll chain perfectly together. But as it turns out, it's not quite that easy. It's a little bit feels more like Eileen and Orlando. They can somewhat chain successfully, but it's not super successful. Let's go down. We're going to choose Limit Burst Building and MP. Really, we're just killing turns until we can unlock it, but let's show off these three abilities. And in the meantime, well, we'll boost after the fact. But in theory, once they've fixed the chain damage bug, Freya could be potentially a lot more damaging. But only time will truly tell. Now, for me, one of the big things is that I'm really curious. What about Squall's limit burst? Because she's basically at a 4,500% limit burst attack. What if I threw Squall's super TMR on her? Just how much more damage could it possibly do? And I have a feeling that the answer is a lot more. So now we will show off her Fire and Thunder damaging ability. And that Ice attack, which is very strong. Alright, one more turn. The only real problem I should mention that I have with Freya is it seems her limit burst is very slow to get. Which is a fairly big problem I have with her, but is it super big or super major? Not really. It's really a minor gripe. But comparing it to someone like CG Citra, who is a brand new unit as well, and a CG unit, her limit burst damage is quite possibly the highest in the game. In my opinion, it's also much easier to chain than someone like, oh, I don't know, Squall? Or, not Squall, Cloud, because Cloud and Squall's limit burst are just so long, and they only really chain with themselves super well. But I suppose that's really neither here nor there. Alright, so here we go, the demonstration. As you can see, a somewhat successful chain. It's not super terrible, but it's also not the best either. Oh, unfortunately, we just can't quite do the limit burst, I think. Nope, look at this, it's going to be just under. Yeah, too bad. But still, what do I think of Freya? Freya is an incredible unit provided that you can gear her. She does require a lot, but she can also be built really easily and is potentially very strong for the foreseeable future. The amount of damage this girl can dish out is insane, and I will have you remind you one more time, we still have a full empty slot, meaning that you can sub in a lot of different killer abilities or Squall Super TMR, doing a massive amount more limit burst damage. Really, also the other thing is just how much stronger can equipment get in the future. That will be a big difference, and so yeah, I'm absolutely blown away. I love this girl so much. She's one of my favorite units easily. Just, if you can get her, if you are lucky enough to get 2 of her, her 7-star is absolutely worth it. She is one of the most powerful mages, and yeah, she's just freaking awesome. I love her. I love her so much. And while she really only chains with herself, so what? Like, she really is more of a chain finisher with some of her attacks, and even then, any extra damage you get from a chain is just better, providing the game will count it. So that's a look for Freya. I almost said CG Freya because she's just so damn good. I want to call her a CG unit, but she's not. She's fantastic. I love her. If you can, she's absolutely worth trying for while the step up is around. So that's it for now. I will see you all in the next video when I will be reviewing someone else. But they won't be as good as this girl, more than likely. See you all next time.